Thanks for the handoff, guys. And here we are today. And unfortunately, we can't be at the real Formnext, so we're doing the next best thing, and we'll do a virtual Formnext and a Siemens Additive Manufacturing Summit. Avi, it's great to be here with you today, and I think we've got some pretty interesting discussion to have. And Industry 4.0 is on everybody's forefront, and I think that together Siemens and Nexa3D are going to bring that to the shop floor, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, Tim, thanks for including us. I mean, we have a great collaboration partnership with Siemens, and also a shout out to all of our friends at Formnext. I mean, if it's this time of year for the last 17 years, all of us would have been in Frankfurt. And we will have these amazing dinners with beers and bratwurst, but for today we have to do it virtually. Hopefully next year, we will celebrate face to face in Frankfurt.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Well, as you may be aware, Siemens has actually created a platform for cloud computing called MindSphere. It's the industrial Internet of Things. It operates on Azure or AWS or Alibaba's server. And we've done this because the world is becoming connected. And I think that's the key term for Industry 4.0 is connectivity. And through the connectivity, then we're going to be able to do cloud computing that actually brings us value. And from Siemens' perspective, it's about connecting machines and processes and feeding that information to the cloud, and then allowing people to develop their own applications, because everyone has different needs and wants from that cloud computing data. And Siemens is doing their best to try to create a system to allow you to create your own apps and do what you want with cloud computing data. Now, that's from a shop floor perspective. Cloud computing in general, we all know the power of it, and being able to link up multiple processors across many computers and do some amazing FEA and CFD analysis through that. It's pretty interesting. I'd love to hear your take on it as well, Avi.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited because for decades we've been trying to solve some of the fundamental barriers to allow 3D printing to go firmly onto the production floor. And cloud capabilities gives us infinite computing power, which is absolutely essential to drive the speed of 3D printing further. And as you know, Nexa is all about speeding up 3D printing by orders of magnitude. But as you know, Tim, that's not enough. In production, you need to guarantee the repeatability and the performance of every part to part, batch to batch, machine to machine. And what Siemens allows us to do with this incredible factory automation and connectivity is to make sure that we're solving not only for speed, but that we're solving for consistency, we're solving for uptime, and we're solving for a reduction in scrap rates, which is the other big challenge in taking 3D printing from the prototyping shop to the production floor.
Couldn't agree more with you. Being fast, it only takes you so far.
Yeah, you just kick the can to the next bottleneck. So
you do. Anybody that's ever lived on a manufacturing floor knows one operation speeds up, it's just going to sit at the next one if it can't have good solid throughput and balance. And I think advanced computing helps us balance these things with linking automation systems with MES and ERPs and shop floor schedulers. That's the key. And all of those can operate in the cloud.
100%. And what I love about our collaboration is that it came by attraction. It's natural. Yep. And you are really giving us the infrastructure to solve for problems that can really bring additive to the production floor and harness this incredible convergence of other Industry 4.0 capabilities like cloud computing, even edge computing now, sensoring, and take all the data that is buried in the bowels of machines and factories or in the heads of extremely talented people, and finally beginning to organize it and to apply machine learning to it in ways that make it actionable and increases productivity by orders of magnitude. That to me is really exciting because, as you know, Tim, I've spent a lot of time in this field. And when I started, you needed to be almost an astronaut to operate a large frame SLA machine. So we've come a long way, and together I think that we can take it to the next level.
I think a lot of people, from my perspective, if I can, Avi, I love this question because it's where Siemens is looking. It's where Siemens focuses on industrializing additive manufacturing. What does that mean? What does that factory floor look like in the future? Well, I truly believe it will include a lot of AGVs. I think it will include a lot of autonomous material handling and not so much replacing people. We're never going to replace people. You talked about knowledge base in your last response, Avi, and no matter how smart we get with digital, we're never going to replace the knowledge base that exists within talented people. What we need to do is learn how to leverage that and continue to build that through next generation workforces. Now, that shop floor, while it's going to be completely digital, I truly believe it'll be completely digital. We won't have paper on the shop floor someday. And the connectivity between all the machines, they're all going to talk to each other. The machine learning is going to send a lot of information to that knowledge base, and then it's going to feed off that knowledge base to better balance workflow, material usages, material yields. And more than that, I think it's going to come down to an energy efficiency as well. At some point, we've got to look at this green aspect of additive. We all know that it's green. It's not been a big focus about additive because additive gets the focus of being flexible and mass customization. But I think once the focus becomes on energy efficiency and green efficiencies and facilities that are running lights out because there's no need for lights until it's on demand. So there's lots of these things. I think at some point we're going to walk around with just a phone. We're not going to even have tablets. It's just going to be a phone, or it's going to be unfortunately, Google Glass never happened the way everyone wanted, but I definitely see the factory future of that. And Siemens has invested a lot in AR and VR because we believe there's in the augmented reality space, and I know you do as well, there's a nice mesh between the reality and the augmented reality where people can do multiple jobs from a single location. So again, the workforce will be different, how we handle things, health and safety will change, and the big environmental impact.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Tim. To me, it's a very exciting convergence of all these exponential technologies that enable, I think, an accelerated human and machine collaborations. And I think that's going to create very interesting new jobs in manufacturing. I think it's actually going to make manufacturing in and of itself a much more exciting field because of all of the opportunities. And there is definitely going to be, I think, a sea change in how companies view manufacturing, particularly because of COVID, which kind of exposed some of the weaknesses of complex and dated supply chains. And so, with more on-demand, simplified, digitized supply chain and planning, which, by the way, I think is top of mind almost for every CEO around the world in a COVID and post-COVID era. And this is an opportunity also to reimagine the factory floor. So everything that you said, Tim, about AGVs, fetch robotics, collaborative robots, 3D printers, a complete digitized end-to-end workflow that integrates tools that allow us to more efficiently and intuitively interact and interface with machines in a way that we literally begin to speak the same language, and where the human to machine interfaces go from smartphones to other clever interfaces to AI, I think unlocks incredible potential. And there is an opportunity between your incredible digital twin technology that Siemens is really leading with, and what we do at Nexa3D with the additive workflows, also to begin with the end in mind, to be able to know with certainty that as you follow it, you will know what the outcome is, and you can scale the outcomes and you can repeat them. And by the way, you can begin to simplify complexity because the combination of what Siemens offers and what companies like Nexa3D offers really unlock the power of simplifying complexity all the way from design to manufacturing, combining parts, simulating and predicting performance, and also monitoring the entire factory operation in a way that allows it to be lights out, because you can have all these predictive and prescriptive algorithms that just maximize yield and minimize downtime.
Well, Avi, it's been a pleasure, as always, speaking with you and working with you and your team at Nexa3D and NXT Factory has been an absolute pleasure. I am so looking forward to your new systems coming out and the world seeing a fully automated digital system, and it's really exciting. And thanks a lot for being here today.
Thank you for being our partner, and let's go full throttle and hope that by Rapid we can meet in person.
I sure do hope so. Thanks, Avi.